All right, Coach. Could you talk a little bit about the preseason and how that's gone for your team so far this year?
Well, we're into just the end of our first week. We're, by NCAA rules, not allowed to begin full practice until October 15th. We did have an opportunity to work with our team for 14 hours beginning the fourth day of school. NCAA allows you to, until October 15th, be with your squad 8 hours a week with the maximum of 2 hours of basketball. So we were able to get a few things in during that time, and then we started practice the 15th, which was Saturday, and trying to get ready for our first game on October 29th.
How was that transition for your new players? You know, getting up early in the morning and running and adjusting to that.
Well, as you know, Christian, that's always a lot of fun. Get up at 4:30 in the morning, get down here and run, go out on the track or whatever. We were in the gym all the time this year, and we just went 2 days a week early, but it was good. We divided our 8 hours a week into 3 sessions of weights, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and having Coach Odell as a first full-time weight and conditioning coach is a great benefit. We did 3 40-minute sessions of basketball, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we did 4 days of conditioning. We did 2 of them. We went early on Tuesdays and Fridays, and then Coach Odell had them on Mondays and Thursdays. So it was a good 8 hours each week. I think our guys are getting in top shape, and now we just need to get ready to play. But in terms of a transition, I think the freshmen were in a little bit of shock for a while. We have 10 returning players and 5 freshmen, and you know, the demands of being a college athlete, you know, it's pretty heavy with all the studying you have to do at William Jewell as well. So, but they've adjusted to it quite well.
As you just mentioned, you have quite a few returning players. You said 10 returning players. What players do you look to for leadership and get the team going?
Well, we have 4 seniors, 2 juniors, and 4 sophomores. So we have 10 returnees. The seniors, we have 3 returning starters. They're all taking different leadership roles. Some of them are quiet. Some of them are a little more boisterous, that sort of thing. Nick Larson, obviously, is what's unusual about this group of seniors. In all my years here, this is the first senior class I've ever had with no one having been in our program for 4 years. All 4 of our seniors are transfers. And Nick Larson is a third-year player for us, transferred here from Minnesota Moorhead, and second-team All-American as a sophomore and as a junior NAI Division I. Nick is always challenged conditioning-wise and weight-wise. We're trying to get him down to a lower weight that we would like to have him at, and he's working at it very hard. He's down below 275 right now, and last year at the end of the year he was a little more than that. So we hope that'll help his versatility and ability to get up and down a little bit. But he's showing good leadership. Chris Ooze and Mark Mason are the starting guards. And they're both in their second year in our program. Chris is from the Miami, Florida area, while Mark is from the Decatur, Alabama area. So they do it more by example. Chris is very quiet, but a great work ethic, one of the best that I've been around in my career of coaching. And Mark Mason is a superior athlete who's vocal and also trying to show good leadership and by example. And then Mohamedou Sissoko is the 4th senior, 6'9", out of Paris, France. It's also his 3rd year in our program, and he's our backup center. And Mohamedou just is a delightful young man who leads by example and always has a good work ethic.
And as far as the 5 new players you have, how have you thought of them? Have you been impressed by them?
We have, you know, 3 of them are scholarship athletes, and we have 2 walk-ons in the program, but all 5 of them are working extremely hard. The 3 that have a chance to get some minutes for us at some point in time during the year, you would start with Dylan Deck, the 6'9" freshman from Smithville. His high school coach was an All-American here and just went into our Hall of Fame. Chad Jones was a great player for us, and so he is well-schooled in what we'd like a post player to do. He ran some of our Fresno offense in high school and some of our Pro 4 offense, so he wasn't at too much of a disadvantage in terms of some of our offensive sets. But 6'9", he can play the 4 or the 5, and we certainly have high hopes for him. He'll compete for playing time at both those positions. Jordan Lewis is from Liberty High School. Had a very fine high school career and played very well in the Missouri-Kansas All-Star game at the end of last year. In fact, was the leading scorer. Had a lot of college options. We're very pleased that he came here. His dad played at Culver Stockton College back in the 90s. So very good basketball family, great work ethic. He's a combo guard, probably more two than one, but getting good experience every day in practice. And then Cyril Belong, we got him late in the process. He's a freshman out of Cameroon, finished high school at Brim Prep High School in Carbondale, Illinois, and then played last year at Summit Christian Prep School in East Lansing, Michigan. And it's just a process for him. I think as soon as he gets comfortable with our system, he'll have a chance to get some key minutes for us as well. The other two freshmen are Bryson Weibel from Lincoln High School in Lincoln, Missouri, a Class 1 school down by Sedalia, Missouri. And Hawken Theme from Greenwood High School, also a Class 1 school. It's in Springfield, Missouri. And they're working hard and getting in top shape, hope to be in a position to help us and perhaps contribute down the road. But it's really a good group. We don't have any transfers this year, so but we think those three have a chance to get some key minutes for us at some point in time during the year.
And Coach, could you talk about a little bit about the transition to Division II, specifically the Great Lakes Valley Conference?
Well, the Great Lakes Valley Conference was put together for men's basketball. Women's basketball, a lot of people say the top sport in the league is men's basketball, and the second sport is women's basketball. That's no disrespect to any other sport, but the league was put together several years ago by schools from Kentucky and Indiana, which is a hotbed, both those states hotbeds for basketball. And there's 10 national champions coming out of this league. Kentucky Wesleyan has won 8 national championships. Southern Indiana has won 1, and Bellarmine of Louisville won the national title last year. So it's a great basketball league, one of the best in the nation. 16 teams, and we know we'll be challenged every night out. I was born and raised on NAIA basketball. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss my association with all the coaches in the Heart of America Athletic Conference. I happen to be coaching at Central Methodist College when the Heart of America Athletic Conference was formed in the fall of 1971. So I've been around a long time around the Heart, and I will miss those guys, and I'll miss those associations and those rivalries. But Rockhurst is one of the leagues, one of the teams in the league we're going into. And back when I played, and for guys that are older than me, there are guys older than me, by the way, Christian, okay? And for the guys, probably for about a 40-year period, our number one rival was Rockhurst. And when I played here, one of the rivals in the league was Drury. And we haven't played Drury for a long time. And we've continued to play Rockhurst non-conference-wise, but they've been in the NCAA since the 90s. So we'll have new rivalries. That'll be interesting. We'll have 23 games against NCAA Division II schools, but guess what? We're NCAA Division II also. You can make a case that this may be the toughest schedule that Williams-Jules ever played in men's basketball, because Division II is a step up. No disrespect to NAIA Division I, because the top teams NAIA Division I are certainly every bit as good as the top teams NCAA Division II. There's just more of them at the Division II level. We're excited about it. We're going to renew rivalries with Northwest Missouri State University and Missouri Western State, both close to us. We're going to develop a relationship with Newman College in Wichita, which left the NAIA to go NCAA Division II. So the GLVC is, if not the best, certainly one of the best NCAA Division II leagues in the nation. We're excited to be a part of that, and looking forward to the opportunities.
Coach, I know on your schedule in the past you've had a few games against Division II colleges. How do you, as of right now, how do you see your team stacking up against the Great Lakes Valley Conference?
You know, that's a great question. I get asked that almost daily, and truth of the matter is I really don't know. We did play 3 teams from the GLVC last year, and we went 3-0. Rockhurst was a little bit down last year. S&T, I think, finished 4th in the western side, and I think Maryville actually finished last, Maryville University of St. Louis. But we did go 3-0 against those teams, and but we have, you know, I know that on our side of the bracket, the league rather, Drury and University of Missouri St. Louis and Quincy are probably the 3 top schools. We have not played them for a while. And certainly on the other side, it's you have teams that beat Division I schools in preseason. I've mentioned this before, but when you have schools from our league beating Tennessee and Xavier and Bradley and DePaul on the road in the preseason a year ago, that tells you how good this league is. But we have played a good schedule in the past, and we've played D2s in the past. And again, I make no apologies about the Heart of America, because any D2 going to Mid-American Nazarene or going to Evangel, going to Lindenwood, Central Methodist the last few years would struggle to come out of there with a win. So I think we'll be prepared. Our guys are excited about it, and as I said earlier, we're certainly looking forward to it.
Okay. And lastly, Coach, talk a little bit about your postseason eligibility.
That's one of the disappointing things about this move. When we made the move, we knew that it would be the fourth year before we were eligible for NCAA postseason. Fortunately, the Heart of America Athletic Conference and the NAI granted us the opportunity to play in postseason the last 2 years. This year, unfortunately, we're not eligible for postseason, and quite candidly, I'm disappointed for our squad, but most disappointed for our 4 seniors. They've gotten to play in the NAI Division I national tournament the last 2 years, and this year we're not eligible for NCAA postseason play. So what Coach Kress and I decided to do was to contact other schools in our situation and put together our own postseason tournament. So the last week of February, when all the GLVC schools are playing in the GLVC postseason tournament, we'll be in Vegas, both men's and women's teams, along with McHenry College of Illinois, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Minot State of North Dakota, all NAIA schools making the transition to Division II. We'll be out there having our own little tournament. We'll have first round games on a Saturday, and then the championship games on Sunday, and then we'll have a banquet on Monday to hand out all the awards, and we'll have all-stars and MVPs and trophies for first place and for both the men and women. So I think that's good, and our guys are looking forward to that. Certainly they'd prefer to be eligible for the GLVC postseason, but that's what our plan is, and we think it's a good option, and should be fun going to Vegas at the end of the year.